Story 1. To hold my son's hand and have him lay down with me. He is 30 years old and I am dealing with some health issues. When I am in pain, the only thing that helps is when he lays next to me and holds my hand just like he did as a child. Story 2. I wish for the ability to see my loved ones whenever I want in some form, like dreams or memories. That way, even after I'm gone, I can still be part of their lives in a comforting way. Story 3. I wish that all my loved living family, including pets, are well taken care of financially and health-wise until their deaths. I hope I am able to visit them and make my presence known. I wish to see my loved ones who have passed on, both before and after me, whenever I choose, while also being able to haunt people whenever I want. I want to eat food, drink, smell, hear, see, talk, touch, and taste without problems or consequences. Story 4. For a cure for cancer. My granddad died of cancer. He loved playing guitar and was in his own band, but the cancer made it so he couldn't do what he loved anymore. He was a loved member of the community around him, and when he died, it shook a lot of people. You never know how one death could affect so many others. Story 5. For a waiting room afterlife, there is a scrying pool where you can view anything in the universe happening at the time, and 3 doors clearly labeled with information on where they lead. Resurrection. Come back to life as you were in your prime, in perfect health, with memories intact. Reincarnation. Be born as a new conscious life form randomly, with no memories, but your current memories are stored in a backup in the waiting room for your next time around. Resolution. Whatever comes next if the waiting room didn't exist. Maybe heaven or hell, maybe oblivion or non-existence. No way to know until you step through. You move on to your just rewards and leave the waiting room for the final time. Your consciousness goes to the waiting room when you die. You can stay there as long as you like. There are drinks and refreshments. You can visit others in their waiting rooms if you like. Memories formed in the waiting room do not transfer to your physical lives but remain backed up in the room for when you return. You can use any of the doors you choose when you're ready. Story 6. Depending on how old I am, I want my husband to be able to find happiness in life again or for him to come with me. He isn't good with grief. I don't want him to be alone. Story 7. I wish that all I know and love are held safe, loved, and cared for. May their wants be met. May their needs be taken care of. May their souls find the happiness and love they so deserve. May their woes be few, and their joys be many. So what is said, so shall it be done. Story 8. To tweak human brain chemistry such that the default is empathy and cooperation rather than tribalism and competitiveness. I feel like humanity would be on the fast track to solving all the problems we have created if we quit acting like we are still dumb apes fighting for food. Story 9. To be reincarnated as a dragon. I love dragons and always liked how different their wings usually are. Plus, I just like the idea of being a giant flying lizard with any type of elemental breath. I mean, come on, that just sounds badass as hell. Story 10. I want to know everything. Why we are here, how we got here, is there other life out there? Is there a supreme being who created all this? Are we reincarnated? Are we spirits? Do we live on forever? And lastly, why do people like Donald Trump? Story 11. If I had one wish just before I die, I might wish for the continued well-being and happiness of loved ones. It is a selfless choice because through this statement, it shows how one wants peace and positivity in the lives of their loved ones. Story 12. Same with the top comments. Taking care of my loved ones and my fiancé. Also, I hope that she doesn't take my death too heavily. I don't want her joining me when she's so young and beautiful. Story 13. I would ask for my wife and me to have another 20 years together and enjoy good health, have the capacity, resources, and the desire to enjoy good food, good friends, and travel without endangering our immortal souls by making this bargain. Story 14. I wish that every time someone or something was going to do something that would kill me, it would disappear from existence instead of actually killing me. Story 15. I wish that all I know and love are held safe, loved, and cared for. May their wants be met. May their needs be taken care of. May their souls find the happiness and love they deserve. May their woes be few and their joys be many. So what is said, so shall it be done. Story 16. Immortality with an off switch for when all my family and friends are dead. Forget it. Give me immortality with an off switch for all my family and friends for when the planet dies. Story 17. I want to be forced onto every screen on the planet. Once there, I will calmly give the world the finger, say suck it, and happily die. Been a good run. Good luck, jabronis, you're going to need it. Story 18. Humanity now has permanently blue skin baked into its DNA for everyone for all time. I then spend the rest of eternity in hell randomly trolling people by singing Blue by Eiffel 65 at them. Story 19:1. An infinite number of wishes. 2. To die of old age. 3. All the children of the world to join hands and sing in a spirit of harmony and peace. 4. $30 million every month to be given to me tax-free in a Swiss bank account. 5. A huge thank you to Steve Martin. Story 20. I wish for the mortician to drop me off at the taxidermist, stuff me, and send me to the Smithsonian Wax Museum. I would be the first waxed human being in the Smithsonian. Story 21. My wish. For the next week, upon waking, all humans are given 1,000 micrograms of lysergic acid diethylamide every day, to ensure nobody escapes my heinous wish, and with the knowledge that by the end of the week the 3,000 microgram dose would be much less powerful due to resistance. Have fun, guys. Story 22. I'm probably going to die of old age or something. If my parents and sister are still alive, hopefully they're taken care of. So I wish I could start a new life in another world, wandering around as nobody. Story 23. To live pain-free, fully conscious, and mentally and physically well as a healthy, financially blessed, non-suspicious to others 35-year-old until my peaceful, voluntary death in the year 2355 at the earliest. Story 24. I end as much suffering as possible. No homelessness, no food shortages, no racism, no warfare, no political disputes, no oppression. As much as physically possible, then die forgotten by everyone. Story 25. I'd wish for every court case to have a 100% deserved verdict. No more innocents getting jailed or executed, but instead, expose the liars and the corrupt, and lock them away. Story 26. Assuming I'm dying in a way that my partner gets the life insurance payout, I just want to know how it all pans out. What's at the end of humanity? Story 27. That my daughter will never know struggle. She will be fine financially and mentally. She will never have her heart broken, never be bullied, never have to settle, and will always get the best that life can offer. Story 28. All sentient living beings in the universe are resolved for good for all eternity, and they only need to live to have fun as much and for as long as they want. Story 29. I would wish for the world to be reset to 1 million humans, that I get to watch them live their lives for eternity and occasionally intercede in their dreams. Story 30. I wish that once me and everyone I care about die, there is a temporary afterlife that lasts as long as I want it to. It will be a massive hotel, and everyone I know and love will be there. Friends and family, even people I don't talk to anymore. I'll get to catch up with people I never got to the end with, revisit people that died before me, and I'll be able to rewatch funny moments from my life and my friends' lives in a movie theater. I'll get to have a massive party with everyone. After I'm satisfied, I'll go back to whatever afterlife, infinite cycle, or dark void that is really there. Story 31. That the life of the people closest to me will be the best that it can be and bring them the most possible happiness and joy. I would sacrifice my own happiness for their happiness. Story 32. This may be hurtful, but as long as my wife is happy and healthy, forget the rest of the family. If her happiness costs them theirs, oh well. I have very little to no love for the rest of my family for a number of reasons. Story 33. If I were granted one wish just before I die, I would wish for a lifetime supply of pizza because if I am going out, I want to do it with a slice of cheesy goodness in hand. But on a serious note, I would wish for the ability to relive one perfect day with loved ones. Because in the end, it is the memories that really matter. Story 34. I wish to possess all the abilities, skills, knowledge, and powers of everyone ever to be described or appear in print throughout the sum of human history. Story 35. If I am dying now, I would wish for my brother to settle in his life so that my parents would not have to worry about him and would get to live happily and healthily. Story 36. For all my loved ones to be given magical good luck for everything in their life, giving them flow, opportunity, and bringing them good fortune such as health, a good job, and meeting a new best friend. Story 37. To be reborn as an eventually strong, good-looking, healthy individual to an affluent family in a relatively peaceful world inhabited by humans who can use magic like in fantasy role-playing games, but I retain my memories from this life. Story 38. That humanity can live in harmony with good living standards everywhere. No conflict or separation between countries, races, and all groups of people. Just everyone working towards the common goal of civil and technological advancement. Story 39. Youth serum and me knowing and having the necessary tools and supplies to make it. That way I don't die, and I can essentially cure my family from disease by putting their body in a youthful pre-disease state. Story 40. That when I cross over, all of those left behind that I love so much are hit with a wave of gratitude, light, and love that knocks them off their feet, so they will know how much their love and support meant to me. I know that must sound selfish, but that's what I would have wished for when my loved ones passed. Story 41. I would wish to level up in my next life regardless of how I screwed up the current one. If that's not an option, then I wish to go to the promised land, wherever that may be. If none of those work, I want to come back as a basset hound that belongs to a 78-year-old man named Bubba who lives on the farm he was born on. Bonus points if he never wanted a dog at all. That means he will love me even more. Story 42. For my mom and brothers to actually be given a chance to mourn me properly. My mom hasn't been able to mourn my dad properly, and she's still really messed up over 12.5 years later. Story 43. I'd be torn. I'd want my family to be cared for in every way, but I'd also wish there is something more after death, that we truly do rejoin our loved ones somewhere. I struggle with believing in heaven. I'd love for it to all be true. Then there really would be reason to have hope in life. Story 44. That my children know I love them, and no matter what, I will always be there. I want my wife to know that at no point did my love for her fade or did I want another woman. I want for them to be financially safe if I were to die without any troubles from my death. Story 45. A do-over. I get to keep all of the knowledge and wisdom I've acquired and just start over as a baby in a new life with perfect health and to actually have decent parents and a good family. Story 46. Peace and harmony. Increased compassion and empathy for the entire world. Everybody just calm down and take care of your community. No more us versus them. Story 47. I would wish my near and dear ones to be happy and healthy. I would like to know that they will remember me with love and gratitude, and that my existence has left a positive mark on their lives. Story 48. I wish that all humans created a utopia filled with empathy and a deep understanding of humanity and community, with a great distaste for war and violence. Story 49. That I never ended up joining a certain role-playing community at 16. Maybe then, my life would have actually been worth something. I mean, I don't think it was worth much before then, but its worth dropped into the negatives the second I got involved with that group. Story 50. Easy. That in my lifetime, humanity, without a stumble or hiccup, starts a new era akin in every respect to Ian Banks' culture novels, and that those of us alive when that happens partake in it fully. Story 51. The optimal solution with respect to both dollars spent and lives saved to climate change should be delivered to every email address in the world that has been active within the last 6 months. Story 52. I want to drive the fastest car of my choice, as fast as I want, anywhere I want to go, while everyone on the road disappears and no stoplights or stop signs anywhere in sight. Just get out of the way and let me drive until I die. Story 53. To eternally reincarnate with the ability to choose to bring my collected knowledge, memories, and personality intact or start fresh each time, into whatever kind of being I choose, such as human, non-human, male, female, or other, in whatever sort of world I choose each time. Story 54. That's going to sound really cheesy, but For humanity to be able to live peacefully and respectfully without war, torture, or abuse among each other and nature, including animals. If I have to die, my time has come. I might as well be doing something good before I go. Story 55. I want to see the rest of time up until life ceases to exist. I do not need to see the degenerate era and the subsequent shadow universe unless we make it that far. Story 56. To continue living as an omnipotent deity, interpreted charitably, as I would interpret the wish myself, no monkey paw or wishmaster nonsense. Then I have a bunch of things to start dealing with, from global hunger to cancer. Story 57. To talk to my grandpa for an hour. He died in 2013 and was the closest thing to a father I ever had. I was in Korea at the time, and I even remember feeling off when it happened before I knew, if that makes sense. I would love to tell him what I have done with my life since he left and how much I miss him. Story 58. That every person I have ever encountered in my life who is still alive and has done me no purposeful harm, but gave my long-suffering life mirth and hope, be given 500 million in their currency and solid gold bars according to their age, all in their name, which the state or their kindred shall be unable to take from them. Story 59. I see and mostly practice our faith as 1. Not being tolerant towards evil. 2. Hating the injustices of man. 3. Despising the heathenism and devil worship of the faiths who came before and after Christianity. 4. Rejecting the modern world. Because I was raised in a very hateful environment where no kin was soft-spoken or gentle with their actions, and every remark is about business, business, business. Money, money, money. So I've mostly adapted to expressing what I have as just that cold-heartedness. Kind of backwards, I know.